March the 6th, 2023, Manhattan, New York. The police uncover a millionaire's lifeless body in his luxurious penthouse. What seemed like a tragic accident unfolds into a tale of deceit, betrayal, and murder, involving a seemingly innocent housewife from next door in the affluent neighborhood of Upper West Side. Lisa Thompson, a seemingly devoted housewife, lives with her husband Mark and their two children. Their life appears very beautiful from the outside, but Lisa feels a deep void inside, a longing for excitement and attention that her routine existence fails to fulfill. Mark, a successful lawyer, is often engrossed in his work, leaving Lisa feeling isolated and unappreciated. Across the street resides Robert Caldwell, a wealthy entrepreneur with an air of confidence and a reputation for charm. His wife Emily is a high-powered executive whose career demands keep her away from home for long stretches. Robert's grand mansion and luxurious lifestyle mask a deep sense of loneliness. Despite his success, he yearns for a connection for the family life that his marriage lacks. The catalyst for their meeting comes at a neighborhood gathering, a summer posh party thrown by mutual friends. Lisa, dressed in an elegant yet modest dress, catches Robert's eye as soon as she enters the garden. Their initial conversation is casual, filled with pleasantries and polite laughter. But they couldn't deny it. It was radiating the fact that beneath the surface of their normal conversation, a spark was ignited over the next few weeks. Their paths cross, frequently shared glances and fleeting touches. During neighborhood events increased the flames of their forbidden attraction. Robert, captivated by Lisa's beauty and grace, finds himself thinking about her constantly. Lisa, in turn, is drawn to Robert's charisma and the attention he lavishes upon her. Their flirtation soon escalates into a full-blown affair. It begins with secret rendezvous in upscale cafes and discreet corners of city parks. Each stolen moment fuels their passion and deepens their bond. Lisa feels alive in Robert's presence, her mundane life fading into the background. For Robert, Lisa represents the warmth and affection he craves as the weeks turn into months. Their affair grows stronger. They spend afternoons in fancy hotel rooms where they share both tender moments and intense passion. Robert gives Lisa many expensive gifts like designer dresses and beautiful jewelry, each showing his increasing love for her. Lisa loves the attention and the excitement of their secret romance. Robert's feelings for Lisa grow stronger, blinding him to the reality of their relationship. He becomes convinced that Lisa is the love he has been searching for, the missing piece in his life. He begins to think he has made a mistake with the wife he married, sensing that Lisa might actually be the bone to his bone. In essence, he loved Lisa. Adept at manipulation, skillfully feeds into Robert's desires, presenting herself as the perfect partner. She shares stories of her unhappy marriage, painting Mark as distant and uncaring, further endearing herself to Robert. Their affair turns into a complex mix of deceit and desire, with each moment bringing them closer to a risky edge. Robert, caught up in his feelings, thinks he has found true love with Lisa. He dreams of a future where they can be together openly, without hiding or the limits of their current lives. Lisa, however, is playing a different game. Her motivations are less about love and more about reclaiming a sense of excitement and agency. She enjoys the power she wields over Robert, the thrill of the forbidden, and more importantly, the luxurious gifts he bestows upon her. For her, the affair is a way to fill the void in her life without disrupting the stability provided by her marriage to Mark. As their relationship progresses, the stakes grow higher, their secretive meetings become riskier, the lies more dangerous and delicate. Each encounter is fraught with the danger of discovery, yet neither can bring themselves to end it. Robert remains blissfully unaware of Lisa's true nature, convinced that their love is real and pure. Robert, overwhelmed by his emotions, starts planning a future with Lisa. He imagines a life where they can be together openly and dreams about the day they can leave their spouses to start a new life together. He talks about buying a house, maybe in a new city where they won't have to hide. He even starts looking at real estate listings and researching potential places to live. Lisa, who is very good at manipulating people, encourages him and goes along with his ideas. She lets him believe she's just as excited, but she keeps her real intentions hidden from him. This affair, built on a foundation of lies and deceit, teeters on the edge of collapse. Robert, consumed by his love for Lisa, remains oblivious to her manipulations, he believes. He has found his soulmate, unaware that Lisa is merely using him to escape the confines of her own life for 3 years. The affair continues, with Lisa skillfully maintaining her facade as a dutiful wife and mother to the outside world. Lisa appears to be the perfect homemaker, managing her household with grace and efficiency. She attends school events, hosts dinner parties, and supports Mark in his career, all while seamlessly orchestrating her secret life with Robert. Robert and Lisa plan their secret meetings very carefully, making them look like simple errands or social events. They meet in fancy hotels and secluded vacation rentals, always finding ways to keep their passion alive. One of their favorite places is a cozy cabin in the mountains, where they can escape for a few days without worrying about being seen. Their time together is intense, filled with long conversations and plenty of sex. Lisa, skilled at managing her double life, makes sure that neither her husband Mark nor their children suspect anything. Robert becomes increasingly dependent on Lisa, craving her company and affection. He sees her as his lifeline, someone who brings warmth and excitement to his otherwise lonely life. His feelings for her grow stronger, and he starts to dream of a future where they can be together, openly, free from the restrictions of their current lives. Lisa, always thinking ahead, takes advantage of Robert's emotions. She persuades him to include her in his will, promising that they will be together once they're free from their spouses. Lisa knows exactly how to use her words, blending real affection with careful manipulation. She paints a picture of a life full of love and happiness, far better than the reality of her marriage with Mark. She keeps Robert hooked by making him believe they have a future together, all while ensuring she remains in control of the situation. Robert, blinded by his love for Lisa, complies without hesitation. He alters his will, leaving her a substantial part of his fortune and property. To him, this gesture is a testament to their love, a binding promise of the life they will share. Lisa, on the other hand, views it as a means to secure her future, a safety net that ensures her comfort and independence back home. Mark remains oblivious to Lisa's double life. His demanding job consumes most of his time and energy, leaving little room for suspicion. He trusts Lisa, implicitly believing her to be the faithful partner she appears to be. Their marriage, while lacking in passion, is stable and routine, providing Mark with a sense of security. Emily, Robert's wife, is mostly away on business trips, trusting her husband's fidelity. Her career as a high-powered executive requires frequent travel, and she is often gone for weeks at a time. She believes Robert to be devoted and loyal, unaware of the affair that has been unfolding right under her nose. Lisa and Robert's meetings are well hidden, thanks to Mark's focus on his career and Emily's frequent absences. Their affair thrives right under everyone's noses, using the stability of their marriages as a cover. However, there's always the risk of getting caught one time. They almost did. Robert had left a small gift in Lisa's car after one of their secret meetings, a bracelet she had admired. Lisa, in her rush to get home, forgot to hide it. Mark noticed it later that evening and asked about it. Lisa quickly made up a story about buying it for herself as a treat. Her heart raced as she saw Mark's suspicion, but she managed to play it off. It was a close call, reminding both of them of how easily their secret could be exposed. Despite the scare, they continued their affair, constantly aware of the danger lurking around every corner. In the early months of 2023, Robert begins to sense something amiss. Despite his deep affection for Lisa, subtle inconsistencies in her stories start to nag at him. Questions and doubts, once easily dismissed, now linger in his mind. Small details, a sudden distance in her once affectionate messages, the way she avoids talking about their future plans, a noticeable lack of enthusiasm during their secret meetings, becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Lisa, adept at deception, notices Robert's growing unease. She tries to reassure him with sweet words and affectionate gestures, but the seeds of doubt have already taken root. Robert's dream of a perfect family life with Lisa begins to crumble, and the foundation of their affair starts to crack under the weight of suspicion. One evening, unable to suppress his concerns any longer, Robert confronts Lisa, The setting is intimate and familiar. A private corner of their favorite hotel suite. The air is thick with tension, as Robert, his voice trembling, demands the truth. He asks her directly about the discrepancies in her stories, his eyes searching hers for any sign of honesty. Lisa's carefully constructed facade begins to falter. Her usual confidence wavers, and for a moment she is at a loss for words, but Robert presses on, his desperation clear. He recounts the inconsistency, as he has noticed each one a piece of the puzzle that has led him to this confrontation, as Lisa's web of lies begins to unravel. She desperately tries to regain control. She offers excuses and half-truths, but Robert sees through them. The more she talks, the more obvious it becomes that her charm and manipulation aren't enough to calm him anymore. Eventually, with no more lies left to tell, Lisa's true nature is exposed. She had been pressuring Robert to put her name on his bank accounts and investments, claiming it was to secure their future together. She even suggested selling his house and moving into a new place with her, but she always seemed more interested in the financial aspects than the emotional ones. Robert starts to realize that her actions weren't about love, but about securing his money when the truth finally comes out. Robert is shattered. He feels a mix of anger and heartbreak as he understands that the woman he thought loved him was using him for financial gain. The idea of a perfect future with Lisa filled with love and happiness is revealed to be nothing more than a lie. The betrayal is devastating, and Robert is left to face the painful reality that the woman he loved never truly cared for him. The shock of this realization is overwhelming, leaving him struggling to come to terms with the truth. On February 28, 2023, Robert is found dead in his luxurious penthouse. His lifeless body is discovered by his housekeeper, who immediately calls the authorities at first. The cause of death appears to be a heart attack, a tragic but not uncommon event for a man of Robert's age and lifestyle. His friends and neighbors are shocked, mourning the loss of the charismatic entrepreneur. However, the initial assumption of a heart attack is soon questioned. The circumstances surrounding Robert's death prompt the coroner to conduct a thorough autopsy. As the forensic investigation progresses, a chilling discovery is made. Robert was poisoned. Traces of a lethal substance are found in his system, turning what seemed to be a natural death into a case of murder. The revelation sends shockwaves through the community. The police launch a full-scale investigation, delving into Robert's personal and professional life. To uncover potential motives, and suspects' attention quickly turns to those closest to him, and Lisa, his secret lover, becomes a person of interest. The scrutiny intensifies when the details of Robert's will come to light. It is revealed that Lisa is the primary beneficiary, set to inherit a substantial portion of his fortune and property. This disclosure raises eyebrows and casts a dark shadow over Lisa, painting her as a potential culprit. With a clear financial motive, investigators start to piece together the events leading up to Robert's death, focusing on Lisa's relationship with him, their secret meetings, and her actions in the days and weeks before he died. As they dig deeper, they notice inconsistencies and red flags that suggest Lisa might have been involved. The picture they form isn't pretty. It looks like Lisa, motivated by greed and the desire for a luxurious lifestyle, planned to inherit Robert's wealth by any means necessary. Lisa had always maintained the image of a devoted wife and loving mother. However, as the investigation goes on, this facade begins to crack. The police find evidence of her manipulations and deceit, making it clear that her perfect image was nothing but a lie. Friends and neighbors who once admired her elegance and poise now view her with suspicion and distrust. They can't believe that the woman they thought they knew could be capable of such cold-hearted actions. As more details come to light, the case against Lisa gets stronger. Witnesses come forward with stories of her odd behavior and strange comments. Financial records are closely examined, showing transactions and communications that suggest Lisa was plotting to secure Robert's money. These records reveal that Lisa had persuaded Robert to put her name on his will, which raised immediate suspicion. Why would a married woman be included in another man's will, especially when there was no clear explanation for such a close connection? Lisa's husband, Mark, is blindsided when he finds out about his wife's affair with Robert and the possibility of her involvement in his death. He had been so focused on his career that he never noticed the signs of Lisa's double life. The revelation hits him hard as he realizes that the woman he thought he knew and loved might have been cheating on him and plotting to kill another man for his money. Mark is left to grapple with feelings of betrayal and disbelief, struggling to understand how his wife could have kept such a dark secret from him. As the investigation progresses, the evidence against Lisa becomes undeniable. Investigators discovered text messages and emails between Lisa and Robert that paint a picture of a passionate affair, but also reveal her manipulative nature. In these communications, Lisa appeared to skillfully play on Robert's emotions, making him feel special and loved, while subtly encouraging him to make financial arrangements in her favor. It becomes clear that Lisa's relationship with Robert was not just about love or passion. It was a calculated plan to secure her financial future. She used her charm and Robert's infatuation with her to ensure she would be the sole heir to his fortune. The story of their secret affair, once seen as a romantic escape from their unhappy marriages, is now exposed as a sinister plot fueled by ambition and betrayal. In the end, the mounting evidence paints a damning picture of Lisa's true nature. She stands accused of orchestrating Robert's poisoning to inherit his wealth. The investigation not only unravels the details of her affair, but also reveals the dark and twisted motives behind her actions. The case shocks everyone who knew her, leaving a community to deal with the aftermath of discovering that one of their own could be capable of such cold-blooded manipulation and betrayal. The media coverage is relentless, turning the once idyllic neighborhood into a focal point of scandal and intrigue. Lisa, now facing potential charges, becomes the subject of intense scrutiny as the investigation edges closer to revealing the full extent of her involvement in Robert's untimely death. But all these remained as speculation, and the investigation still had nothing concrete to nail Lisa. So the investigation grew more intense. And starting from the moment of Robert's death, this is exactly how it went. We know that on March 6, 2023, police discover Robert's body in his penthouse. The news of his sudden death spreads quickly, casting a shadow over the affluent neighborhood. The investigation, initially centered on natural causes, takes a dark turn when the autopsy reveals poisoning as the cause of death. 2 days later, on March 8, 2023, detectives questioned Emily Caldwell, Robert's wife. She provides a solid alibi, confirming she was out of town on business at the time of his death. During the interview, Emily, who everyone thinks has been oblivious to her husband's infidelity, directs the police's attention towards Lisa, hinting at her husband's affair and the possible motives behind it. By March 10th, investigators uncover financial records and intimate correspondence between Robert and Lisa, exposing the depth of their secret relationship. The emails and messages reveal not just an affair, but a complex web of manipulation and deceit orchestrated by Lisa. 5 days later, toxicology reports confirmed the presence of a rare poison in Robert Baer's system. Further investigation into Lisa's online activities reveals that she had extensively researched this particular toxin, adding a new layer of premeditation to the case. On March 20th, surveillance footage from a nearby pharmacy surfaces, showing Lisa purchasing ingredients for the poison. Under an alias, the grainy images provide a crucial link between Lisa and the means of Robert's murder, solidifying the growing suspicion against her. Finally, on March 25th, 2023, the police move in. Lisa is arrested at her home, her facade of the perfect wife and mother shattered. She is charged with Robert's murder. The evidence against her overwhelming, the neighborhood is left in shock as the full extent of Lisa's deception and the tragic end of her affair with Robert come to light during the trial. The prosecution presents overwhelming evidence against Lisa. Emails and text messages are brought to light showcasing Lisa's manipulation of Robert, convincing him to change his will in her favor. The courtroom is filled with gasps as the intimate and calculated nature of her communications is revealed. Painting a stark picture of her intentions, witness testimonies follow with neighbors and friends, taking the stand to recount their observations. They describe seeing Lisa and Robert together, frequently noting their close relationship and hinting at the affair. These accounts provide a broader context, reinforcing the narrative of Lisa's deception and ulterior motives. The prosecution also presents financial transactions that link Lisa directly to the purchase of the poison. Bank records and receipts detail her buying the ingredients under an alias further tying her to the crime. The digital footprint of her researching the poison is the final nail in the coffin, showing her detailed and meticulous planning in her defense. Lisa's attorneys argue that she was framed by Emily as a woman scorned capable of orchestrating an elaborate setup to implicate Lisa. However, the sheer weight of the evidence against Lisa, emails, witness testimonies, financial records, and digital traces proves to be irrefutable. Despite the defense's efforts to cast doubt, the prosecution's case remains strong. The jury, after deliberating on the overwhelming evidence, reaches a unanimous verdict. Lisa's fate is sealed, and the truth of her betrayal and murder of Robert is laid bare for all to see. Lisa is found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life imprisonment. The courtroom is silent as the verdict is read, the gravity of her actions sinking in the community. Once enchanted by the facade of Lisa's perfect suburban life, is left in shock. The intricate web of deceit and manipulation that led to Robert's death exposes the dark underbelly of their seemingly idyllic neighborhood. The case becomes a chilling reminder of how greed and deceit can lead to tragic ends. Friends and neighbors who once admired Lisa now grapple with the harsh reality of her true nature. The story of Lisa Thompson and Robert Caldwell serves as a stark warning of the potential for darkness behind a polished exterior. The trial of Lisa Thompson captivates the nation, revealing the dark complexities behind a life that appeared perfect from the outside. What drives a person to such EXT dreams? Was justice truly served? These questions linger in the public consciousness, sparking debates and discussions. While the legal proceedings may have concluded, the impact of this grisly affair continues to reverberate, a lasting testament to the destructive power of greed and deceit. Thank you for joining us in uncovering this tragic story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click here for another true crime story.